You pick up a bottle of water, hold it in your hand, and slowly turn it around. It feels ordinary, safe, something you trust without even thinking. But then your eyes catch something small, almost hidden in plain sight, a printed expiration date. And suddenly, a simple question begins to form. Does water expire? It sounds strange, almost absurd. Water is one of the most basic elements of life. It has existed on this planet for billions of years. The same water you drink today may have once flowed through ancient rivers, glaciers, or even dinosaurs. So how can something so timeless have an expiration date? At first glance, it feels like a contradiction. Water doesn't spoil like milk. It doesn't rot like fruit. It doesn't grow mold or bacteria on its own if it's pure and sealed. So why would a bottle of water come with a deadline? Let's imagine a scenario. You buy a sealed bottle of water today. You don't open it. You place it somewhere safe on a shelf, in a cupboard, maybe even forget about it completely. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, months into years. Time passes quietly. Now you come back to it. The bottle is still sealed. The water inside looks perfectly clear. No color change, no visible contamination. Nothing about it screams expired. And yet, according to the date printed on the label, it is. So what actually changed? To uncover the answer, we need to shift our focus. Because the truth is not inside the water, it's in the bottle. Most bottled water you find in stores comes packaged in plastic, specifically a type called PET, or polyethylene terephthalate. It's widely used because it's lightweight, cheap, and convenient. It makes transporting and storing water incredibly easy. But here's where things get interesting. Plastic, despite how solid and reliable it feels, is not permanent. It's not immune to time. As days pass and conditions change, especially when exposed to heat, sunlight, or fluctuating temperatures, the structure of the plastic begins to slowly degrade, not in a dramatic way. You won't see cracks forming overnight. You won't notice it breaking apart in your hands. Instead, it happens silently, gradually, almost invisibly. Tiny amounts of chemicals can start to migrate from the plastic into the water. Substances like antimony, which is used in the manufacturing process, or microscopic plastic particles, microplastics, can slowly leach into the liquid. You won't see them, you won't smell them, but they can be there. And over long periods, these changes can affect not just the taste of the water, but potentially its safety as well. Now think about this carefully. The water itself didn't go bad. It didn't suddenly expire. The container holding it started to fail. But the story doesn't end there. Even if the bottle remains sealed, it isn't perfectly isolated from the outside world forever. Over extended periods, tiny amounts of air can interact with the contents. Gases may slowly seep in, altering the chemical balance ever so slightly. This can change the taste of the water. It may start to feel flat, stale, or just different. Not necessarily dangerous right away, but no longer the fresh, clean water it once was. And here's something even more fascinating. The expiration date on bottled water is often less about a precise moment when something suddenly becomes unsafe, and more about a conservative estimate, a point beyond which the manufacturer can no longer guarantee quality. In other words, it's not a countdown to instant danger. It's a warning about gradual change, a line drawn in time. So when you look at that printed date again, it starts to feel different, less like a rule, and more like a clue that leads us to the final answer. Water, in its pure form, does not expire. It doesn't have a clock. It doesn't age in the way food does. What expires is the bottle. The plastic weakens. The material changes. The boundary between inside and outside slowly breaks down. And that's what the date is really telling you. It's not about the life of the water. It's about the limits of the container. So the next time you pick up a bottle of water and notice that tiny expiration date printed on the label, pause for a moment. Because what seems like a simple piece of information is actually hiding a deeper story. A story about time, about materials, about the invisible changes happening all around us, and most importantly, a reminder that sometimes the things we trust the most aren't as permanent as they appear.